So, acclaimed director Paul Thomas Anderson's new film is out, one battle after another, and people are loving the shit out of it. It's his 10th film, so the perfect time to rank all the movies that Paul Thomas Anderson has directed. And to be clear, this is not the guy who directed Mortal Kombat and all the Resident Evil movies. Maybe for fun, I should actually rank all of Wes Anderson, PTA, and W.S. Anderson's films. That would be kind of funny. So, my number 10 least favorite film of Paul Thomas Anderson will surprise you all, is Magnolia. Now, this is his third film. It's 3 hours long, has a lot of actors in it. And for that, it's pretty impressive that he was able to get that all done. The size of it and the cast, the plot and what happens. It's impressive for his third film, but was it all written well? Yeah. So, I think all 10 of the movies are not bad, and I think they're all directed really well. Every single one, his direction is good. Paul Thomas Anderson is a great director. But him as a writer, I am very mixed on. But this one the most is just the most meandering or like pretentious with its writing. I think some of the stuff in the story that happens is so stupid. Mainly the ending. I think people like the ending. I thought it was so stupid. Tom Cruise, who got nominated for this movie, not saying he's not bad in the movie. I mean, I think he did his best, but the stuff given to his character, I think, is just like the weakest aspect of the film, and like it's probably the one subplot that just like drags on the most. If I was to really say what I thought was the standout performances in this movie, it would be John C. Reilly as the officer, with Phil Baker Hall's like daughter, Claudia. I thought their relationship was really cute. I kind of wish maybe that was more of the movie. I love Philip Baker Hall as the television host. I like Jason Robards as Earl Partridge, the man like a dying man, and this was like actually his I think this is like one of his last movies. And this kind of remind me how this same year, 1999, you had The Straight Story, which I forgot the actor's name, but like that was also his like last movie, and that was also a character that was like dying in real life. And then I also like obviously I liked Philip Seymour Hoffman and then Julianne Moore's performances. And also Melinda Dillon was in this movie, who is in the really bad Captain America movie from 1990. Also, The Mom in A Christmas Carol, I know, but I kind of liked her as Phil Baker Hall's wife. All of that I like, but everything, just the script and the pacing. Besides, but the direction is good. I still like his camera work in this. It's got a nice fast pace to it. So it's not a bad movie, but I don't really like it that much. Number 9 is Inherent Vice, his second film with Joaquin Phoenix after The Master. And it's this neo-noir set in California, 1970, and it deals with all the politics of the time. And Joaquin Phoenix is this stoner private eye who goes down this rabbit hole of a case. And people say that like Paul Thomas Anderson, he's basically Robert Altman with his direction, which probably yeah. Actually, I haven't seen a Robert Altman movie, but I've heard, from what I've seen, that this movie is heavily inspired by The Long Goodbye by Altman, which, well, yeah, I haven't seen, but I know Arnold's in it. But another movie that it's clearly also, it's trying to kind of be like is The Big Lebowski. I mean, both characters are long-haired, hippie-esque dudes who smoke weed a lot. It's a lot is there, but it really misses the humor of Big Lebowski, and the fact that the whole point of Big Lebowski is the conflict it's all stupid at the end, which this film really should have kind of been more. But again, I know it's based on a book, but still, you could have like changed it up a bit, or maybe I don't know like how this movie could have been done, but like the other like I'm only putting this above Magnolia because I like the 70s aspect. I just like looking at people in those like clothes and how they talk. It's like, you know, I'm watching all the cars, and I just like the look of the film grain, because like part of it does like almost look like you're watching a movie from the 70s. It does have that like effect on you. But I think it did. I think, you know, he should have really just chose at the end if he wanted this to be more comedic or more serious. I would have just gone full comedy with this, like Big Lebowski-esque, you know, antics. But I do like the actors in this. Like, he definitely got like a big cast to be in this. You know, Joaquin Phoenix, Josh Brolin, who's very good in the movie, Owen Wilson, surprisingly, is in this. Catherine Waterstone, Reese Witherspoon, who I wish to see. I wish she was in it more. Benicio del Toro briefly shows up. Jenna Malone. I like the narrator in the movie, Joanne Newsom, who really hasn't been in like a lot of other like movies. I think, yeah, she's just like a musician. Hong Chow from The Whale is in this before she got big. Michael Kenneth Williams. Oh, Martin Short has a really like funny cameo in this. And like lastly, like Eric Roberts is in this. Funny enough, who like I guess like used to be a big actor, but like, you know, now he's, you know, he does. I think he does like these Lifetime movies where he's like a creepy stalker, you know, doctor. So funny. I thought his part was funny. I think the movie could have worked, but it just, I don't know. Also, again, it's some stuff. It kind of drags out. It like, woo, this needed to be like shortened down. All right, number 8, One Battle After Another. Yeah, the movie that everyone loves. Well, if you're on one side, look. It seems to be hard to make movies about, you know, contemporary America, because, you know, there's a lot of stuff going on about how this is better than Eddington. But I mean, I liked Eddington because it kind of had like a sort of center feel to it. Because that's how I'd rather it be. I'd rather movies not be so one-sided in its like argument or what it's trying to say. I'd rather a movie where like you see the point of views of like both sides of like an argument in a movie, because I think that's what actually can make like interesting stories. That's not what this movie did. It did something else, which is, you know, whatever. I think this is like his most like mainstream film, because he shot it on IMAX, and I should talk about that part. Like, it's important. So like, do I like the IMAX? I think it is really good. I loved a lot of like how he films the car chases in this. It is like, it's very effective. So I definitely enjoyed that. The scene in the trailer though, like if you saw the teaser of like the car, like, you know, the POV of the car going up and down the hill, it's in the movie, but like they never linger on it quickly, because I love those shots of it going up the hill and then going down. But then it cuts to the you know, the rear view mirror in their eyes, and it's just like, okay, that's not what I want to see. I want to see those. Paul, just stick to that shot. It was making me so mad in the theater. The big standout though in the movie really was Sean Penn. I loved him. His character was so funny. Sean Penn is still a great actor. All that was enjoyable. DiCaprio was good. But I'm going to be honest, I'm getting tired of his like deadbeat persona now that he's going to movies. Like, I don't know. Can you really? I kind of want something new now from DiCap. Like, either go back to your usual like swag, or like, you know, do something new, or play another villain again, like you know, Candy. I kind of want. I don't know. I'm tired of like the deadbeat DiCaprio. Benicio del Toro was really good. I liked seeing Alana Haim in this for the very few minutes that she's in. And that's about it. I wish the movie was just a little more interesting with what it was trying to say, and it actually, made both sides, like have interesting ideas. But no, the freedom fighters are the good guys, and then the evil government. Well, it doesn't even go. It goes beyond like the government. Like that there's the most like rich white men society that creates, like the most like stereotypical like white men in like button up shirts. It's a bit, it's like a bit much. Like, I don't know. I wish it was a little more interesting, but I did enjoy from what I saw. Number 7, Hard 8. This is a lot higher than than anyone puts on their list. But I really enjoyed the movie. I mean, I think I always just have a soft spot for most filmmakers, like first movies. And I think what he was able to do with this movie is, I think is good. My big problem is that it's so good, but it feels limited. Like I wish there was like a little more to it. Because, it's got a great cast. Philip Baker Hall, who is like the main character in this movie, I think is really great. I would love to just see like more like, movies that like star like older actors like this. Like another movie I can think of is like The Irishman, because that was like interesting. Because I mean, they're both movies about like old men who have like regrets from from their past. John C. Reilly is like really good as his kind of like the son he never had. Gwyneth Paltrow, very good in it. Then you got Samuel L. Jackson, who plays like probably the most scariest role he ever played. I know it's like hard to sound, but like he's really like he's pretty scary in like one scene, and this is his most underrated performance. I'm surprised that like he never worked with Paul after this movie. I would love to see those two work again. But yeah, I recommend this movie. Like give it a chance. Don't just put it down. Because it's his first movie and he couldn't really do a lot. I think there's still like a lot of interesting filmmaking. I think the acting is great, and I do think the script is good. Despite my thoughts on his writing sometimes, I think there is a good, I think there's good dialogue, and I think the script actually runs at a good pace. Even though I'm saying the movie is too limited, but I think there could have been a little more, and the movie still could have felt like more fulfilled and like fast. Number 6, Boogie Nights. Oh yeah, I forgot to say at 7. I actually do really like these PTA films. I think I just don't care for the 3 at the bottom. But Boogie Nights, his second film, and it's pretty impressive. Again, I know I said about Magnolia is also impressive, but it's even more impressive with Boogie Nights, how he went from, he made Heart, he made the small movie, and then he makes this like a pretty big movie on a very like dicey subject matter of like the adult film industry. Which, I mean, I liked it. I liked the movie, but I think the subject matter is like a little too gross for me. But I like the whole setup. I would like, because a lot of it is very reminiscent of Babylon, a more recent film. But I like what that was around, like the old Hollywood system. So I would like to see like Boogie Nights, but instead of it like being the adult film industry, it would be like maybe like the infamous Canon Film Group from the 1980s under Menahem Golan and Yoram Globus. Something like that would be interesting. But I actually do like the movie itself. I think there are a lot of great performances in the movie. Mark Wahlberg, second best performance. Obviously, Departed still his best, but he's very good in this movie, and I think he shouldn't like regret it. Burt Reynolds was. I thought Burt Reynolds was good, but I think Robin Williams' win for Good Will Hunting was a little more justified. John C. Reilly is really good. Julianne Moore really good. Oh yeah, I also forgot. John C. Reilly hasn't been like he was only in those first 3 movies. He's in Licorice Pizza, but that's just a cameo. So I would really love if John C. Reilly would be a bigger role in his movies again. But Heather Graham really gives a great performance in this movie. Philip Seymour Hoffman, good performance. William H. Macy, Thomas Jane, he's also in Magnolia, but like I like seeing him in this. He should also work with PTA again. Luis Guzman, and then Philip Baker Hall. Phil Baker Hall's also in this, not as much as he is in Hard Day and Magnolia. And then Alfred Molina obviously has that big scene. I really do enjoy Boogie Nights. It's like, it's quick pace to it, and like, you know, shows the struggles of like these like people in this certain like type of industry. It's all very good, and it is like a really good character study. Like, this did a better job with like its ensemble aspect than Magnolia did. Number 5, The Master, which would sadly be PTA's last collaborative effort with Philip Seymour Hoffman, who, you know, he would do the Hunger Games movies and then sadly died. It's very sad what happened to him. But his performance in this is very good, and definitely deserved the supporting actor award. Maybe he should have won over Christoph Waltz, because I think, yeah, that's what he won. That's who got nominated this year. But besides his performance, also, you know, Joaquin Phoenix, Amy Adams, Jesse Plemons is also in there, and Rami Malek. They're not big roles, but they're really good. Also, Laura Dern surprisingly was in this. I didn't expect to see her in this. And the cinematography is beautiful to look at. I love the shit out of how this movie looks, and how like Joaquin Phoenix and, you know, Hoffman act off each other as like, you know, as this like cult member. And Joaquin Phoenix, I think he just kind of wants to get money off of him. Or maybe he does believe in the cause. It's very like interesting to see like how does one feel about this. Problem with the movie, I think, is just like the end. I think the end is just like, it's a little too like, like he never, like, sometimes like Anderson doesn't feel like he keeps going on like to create a good ending. But I really just do love like the shots and what we have out of this movie. It's a very like it has a dreamlike feel to it, but there's like a lot to say about this movie and what he was saying, and I really enjoyed, like, from what I saw. Number 5 is Punch Drunk Love, his collaboration with Adam Sandler. Is Punch Drunk Love, his collaboration with Adam Sandler, and it's I've not seen a lot of Adam Sandler movies. Like, say if you name them, I have not seen Billy Madison, I haven't seen Happy Gilmore, I haven't seen The Wedding Singer. And this was kind of, I gotta really give him this. Like, Adam Sandler, he never went like full drama. Because this is still a comedy. It still is. It's just got a very, very like artsy flavor to it. It even actually it feels more like a Spike Jonze, Charlie Kaufman joint than a PTA film at times, which is funny because the composer on this movie also worked on Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind and Synecdoche, New York. So maybe that's why like it has that feel to it. But Adam Sandler's really good. I forgot if he won the Golden Globe or not for it, but like I think he's actually like really good at like doing like a very different character, a more socially awkward character. Emily Watson is like a really good love interest, and then Philip Seymour Hoffman is hilarious as like the sex phone like worker guy who kind of owns the company. It's a bizarre movie that I kind like, where I kind of just like the stupidity of it. Like, that's my thing with Inherent Vice. Like, I think it should have just been like aimed with like a more stupidity feel to it, like as a way to like satirize the time. So maybe that's why I kind of like enjoy it. I just like the chaotic feel, the angle of just a guy who's like very weird and does a lot of weird things, owns a very weird business with like toilet plungers. You know, it all really works. And it was smart to make this kind of like small scale movie like after a huge film like Boogie Nights and Magnolia. So I really enjoy it for like those qualities, and it makes a really good movie that I think, you know, it's one of like Adam Sandler's best. And it makes me excited for Noah Baumbach's Jay Kelly, which I'm gonna check out. I will check out, the Meyerowitz story before that. So I'm excited to see that because I do think Adam Sandler has a lot of potential to be great. Number 3, There Will Be Blood. This movie, the first one I actually ever saw, and I wasn't big into it at first. You know, when I was like 14. Now being 19, I really do like enjoy its messaging and its story and its characters. It's just, the surface. It's just a simple story about a guy who tries to get oil from this land and how it corrupts him. And yet there's just all of this like deeper stuff about like church versus business, greed. It's all very interesting, and the performances from both Daniel Day-Lewis and Paul Dano are amazing. They're so amazing. In fact, it feels like like there could be more of that. That's where I think like PTA's work really thrives, like on the relationships between like people that are very, very opposite from each other. You know, like Joaquin Phoenix and Philip Seymour Hoffman, Adam Sandler and Emily Watson in Punch Drunk Love, and then these two, this businessman and a very religious man, as they clash. It's all interesting. They both give like, I think equally, they give great performances, and it's a shame that like Paul Dano didn't even get nominated for a Best Supporting Actor award. Now I think Javier Bardem was more justified in His War for No Country for Old Men, but I still think Paul Dano should have been nominated for his performance. But Daniel Day-Lewis's win was definitely like well earned. He's amazing in this movie, and it's glad that he's coming back. So I'm excited for the new movie that he's in by his son. So coming in number 2, Phantom Thread, his second Daniel Day-Lewis joint, and I think it's somehow better than There Will Be Blood. I think both movies are like equally great. I think Day-Lewis is a little bit better in There Will Be Blood. I still like him in this movie, but I think the cinematography is much better in this movie. There's just something about the look of this movie. I think just like all of his recent movies, like this and The Master, like have such a dreamlike feel to it. Like there's no other movie that looks like them. I just love the look of it. It's so beautiful, but yet there's definitely like a haunting aspect to it that's just so intriguing to look at. And the relationship between both Daniel Day-Lewis and Vicky Krieps is very good. And also Leslie Manville is like a good, I like her as Lewis's like sister. She's a good like supporting character. They're both, but I think the performances are still really good, even if I think There Will Be Blood is better. But I love the relationship. I love the filmmaking the most out of this one. I just love the shots and like the production design, like all of it. Like it all fits so well. I mean, also like I do like the filmmaking in There Will Be Blood and like The Master. Like it's just, I like how he uses very he sticks on like just like only on one shot, and he keeps like holding on to it and goes around. I like that form of filmmaking instead of just like frantic multiple cuts. It's way more interesting to look at. Yeah, I highly recommend this one. I really loved it. I don't know, it really it has that effect on you that's just like so engaging. Number 1 though, it's still Licorice Pizza. Yeah, I know it's strange. I love it. This is a movie that I saw, the first PTA film I saw in theaters, being like the same age like Gary was, and just seeing his life and how it almost compared to me. Okay, before I continue, I was not in any relationship with someone 10 years older than me. As I go on, I liked this idea of like a kid who was like kind of like getting old for the thing that he was doing in acting, and like how he decided to like change and be this like hustler with like getting on board with these like ideas that were at the time were big, like waterbeds and pinball machines, even though waterbeds are very irrelevant. But pinball machines are still pretty cool, and you can still kind of play with them at arcades. I like pinball machines, actually. And it goes back to my whole thing. I love, like, I think PTA's movies are best when they're about people and their relationships as they, and see, like, how they act off each other. And I think it's actually, like, I putting this over, like, Day-Lewis's performances, both There Will Be Blood and Phantom Thread, and how he acts with, like, Paul Dano and Vicky Krieps. I just love Cooper Hoffman and Alana Haim as they act off each other. Their chemistry is so good together. Like, they have to, like, we kind of need to, like, have them do another movie together. Their chemistry, I feel like, is just that good, and I just love the contrast between, Alana Haim, like, being older, but yet there is, like, an immaturity to her. And yet Cooper Hoffman, Gary, he is, like, so young and pure, but he's got, like, a very mature tone to him. Even though, like, I think both, like, it's kind of like, I think, like, it's not just that. I think Gary is mature, but there is a very immature side to him. But Alana definitely has like, a mature perspective on life. But I think it's just all interesting, and I love their relationship together. So, some of it kind of works, like, that makes it less creepy. With, like, it's hard to dissect, but I love their chemistry together, and I love everything on the side. Just the cinematography again from Anderson, I think, is really good. This, like Inherent Vice, this really does just look like a movie from the 70s. Early 70s movie, comedy, cleaned up a little bit. I think it doesn't look that grainy. And the actors are amazing. Sean Penn, Tom Waits' scene, that was a great scene. Bradley Cooper as John Peters is still amazing. Why the hell did he not make a John Peters biopic? He made, like, I don't know why he made that, like, Leonard Bernstein movie when he should have just played John Peters. Bradley Cooper played. You can direct it. Doesn't matter if PTA. I just want to see more of you as John Peters, and, like, we could literally just, like, have him playing John Peters, bossing around Kevin Smith with, like, that Superman Lives script. We need to see that. I need that movie. I love that performance. There's other great stuff. I love John Michael Higgins' scene as the guy who likes to talk like he's Japanese. People say that scene is racist, which, I mean, yeah, but that's kind of the point. It's that the guy, his character is such an arrogant asshole, and who talks to his, like, both his wives like that because of his arrogance. So it's calling him out for that. So I don't get why people don't get that. And it's just such a fun, like, well-paced comedy about, like, the 70s, and, like, how it just goes through, like, these multiple events, and this, like, in a very anthological way. And I think it is just so much fun to just go and view. And I just think I think it's his most perfect script. Like, I don't really have that many issues with the script compared to his other movies. I think the movie really just has, like, the best, like, ending to a PTA film. Like, there is, like, this, like, it's like this, and also I think There Will Be Blood does also have a really good ending. But this movie, like it really, it's like, it really is very emotionally gripping when, like, you see those two come together and how the movie just ends. It's, like, the most emotional that I felt, like, going through all of these movies. I'm still kind of surprised that at the end, Licorice Pizza is still the one that I love the most. And it probably just goes back to, like, seeing in theaters and just being blown away by it. I loved it. And I wish it got a better reception. I don't know how, like, it's not a huge guarantee, but maybe it should have came out in the summer. I think that's part of the thing. And I think because it fits more as, like, a summer movie than a movie to see during Christmas. Like, it just has that feel to it. But, I loved when I saw it back in the day, and I still love it today. It's still such a fun experience, and I highly recommend you have to give it, you got to check it out. because there is something I think truly special in it. So there you go. There's my most unpopular ranking ever of PTA. All of his fans are not going to like this one at all. I do like PTA, probably not as much as a lot of people, but I think his work is still something to look into. I think he is a great director, and I'll still go see whatever he's got next, which I hope is Licorice Pizza 2. Please make Licorice Pizza 2. I want this to be like his before trilogy, even though I know it's a little more problematic than the before movies. But thank you guys very much for watching this video. Subscribe, and I'll see you next time.